Hey guys. Black coffee is amazing. Honestly, it's a specific taste. Okay, black coffee is for specific people with specific taste buds, and my taste buds are pretty much ruined. So black coffee is amazing for me. Now, I don't think it really affects me that much because of how much coffee I've had in the past, but it still tastes good. I don't have any after 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. now because I don't sleep. So I get as much as I can, about 3 cups. 3 cups in the days. And yeah, I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty happy. So let's go. So today's video is going to focus on what I have learned about investing. Now it's as simple as that. What I've learned about investing. So far, with everything that's gone on with coronavirus, I've heard that the prices of properties went down and now they're skyrocketing back up. So, in terms of real estate, maybe right now is not the best time to do it, but you could find some gems. There's always some gems. In terms of investing in general, I have been on a little, but I'm still learning about it. I've been on a learning spree from, let's say, 3 months ago to now. And in that time of learning, I've learned so much. A new video will be coming out soon as well, which is going to focus on the stock market, what I've learned about that, and basically just everything you need to know just in one short video. So I'm going to give you some examples of what I've learned about investing, and I'm going to give you some examples that you guys can start using as well to help you guys out, because I know that most people struggle, especially the demographic that watches these videos as well. You're most likely young, so you're probably in the same situation as most other young people, especially me. I'm only 19. Don't let the beard for you. But, also the braces. Don't let the braces for you either. But, yeah, we're all in the same, pretty much in the same age range. So, start doing these and start saving for the long term. The first one, now this is the first investment idea that I personally jumped straight onto, would be saving accounts. Yes, I've got it all written on my hand because there's a lot to go through. Saving accounts. So, what saving accounts can do is that if you start investing every week, every 2 weeks, every month, continuously some money, without even realising it, like for now, I invest £200 a month into my Halifax account, which the interest isn't high, but it's the highest one I could find that I could personally do, which is 1%. So I see that as a good investment. Plus, I haven't got to touch that money. That's another thing as well. It keeps the money away from you. If you're someone who likes to spend, which I'm personally not, unless it's about my business, then yes, I spend. But in terms of everything else, I don't really spend much. But that money stays away from me. So far, I have 600. It's only been open for about 2.5 months. But I use Halifax. But you could also use, and I looked it up as well, you could use HSBC. You could use the Bank of Scotland. You could also use NatWest as well. Those are the three that I found to have the highest interest ratings. So I think NatWest had about 2%, maybe 2.5. That's if you have an account with them. It could also be probably 1.5 normally as well. HSBC, again, the same thing. If you have an account, if you don't have an account, about 1.5. And Bank of Scotland and Crypto, the same thing as well. So if you look, you will find. If you ask questions, you shall get. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Go and have a look. Go and find out what you guys can what you guys can find out. It took me about 5 minutes to find a Halifax account after looking at others as well, because I was clearly very interested in investing money. So in 5 minutes, I went through about 10 websites, finding that the best ones to use, and Halifax came as the top one. So if you want to open a saving account with Halifax, 1% gross interest, and can start investing monthly after month after month after month. That's what monthly means. Investing money into the account. Right, the next one, second, would have to be a stocks and shares ISA. This is something new that I found out. But because I already invest in the stock market, which is the third one, which I'm going to tell you in a second. But I already invest in the stock market. Now, I'm still learning. I've made mistakes. Yes, I've only been doing it for about 3 or 4 months. I think 3 months. Very short amount of time. But so far, I've made a few mistakes, but I've also gained some money as well. So stock market is a good one to do. Now, stocks and shares ISA, for instance, they put the money in there for you. You invest money into the account. They keep that money in there, but they use it to put into the stock market and into shares. Now, you can either go 3 routes. You can either go to a beginner, which is really low risk. Then you can go to the immediate, which is the middle ground, and then you can go to the adventurous, which is the one that I am at, because I invest £100 a month into my stocks and shares ISA, which will only grow probably £200 a month the more I start earning from everything else as well. So it's adventurous because it's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but it's not. It's not a lot of money. Obviously, the more it grows, the more risk I have to lose it. But I have faith. Okay, it's adventurous. It's more of a poker game, for instance, something that it's I either win, I lose. It's going to happen eventually. Stock market, you win, you lose. You only really lose if you pull the money out, but that money may just get worse and worse and worse. There's always a risk with everything that you do, so why not just go all out? Adventurous, you've got more chance of earning more money, but you've also got more chance of losing more money. So it's up to you, but the one I use is Moneybox. Moneybox is pretty cool, and they're not a sponsor at all, but I use them. I also use Yolt as well, another not sponsor, but Yolt to track all my money, which is something that I only recently did about a week ago, but the interface is awesome. The user interface and the user interaction as well, pretty awesome. It works like a dream. And I can remember when Netflix take out my money. So it's a good one to do. You understand where your money goes to as well, and you can also track your banks and your saving accounts and your stocks and shares and everything else. So it's pretty cool. Now, the third one that I spoke about would be the stock market. Now, I use Trading 212 to trade in the stock market. This is not a sponsored video. Again, nothing is sponsored what I'm saying. This is just what I personally use. I found Trading 212 to be the safest and the highest rated as well, but also the safest one to use. Plus 500, didn't see many good reviews on that, didn't really trust it that much as well, and the ads were a bit shit. So there were a few others as well that I saw. Webull is a good one. Webull is a really good one, but they haven't sponsored, but you could. Okay, I'm just going to go off on one. If you know who Graham Steffens is, go on his recent video, and you'll be able to get three free stocks when you deposit £100 with Webull. Now go on his video. I'm going to shout him out, even though he's already bigger than me, but I'm going to shout him out. Graham Steffens, awesome guy, and his videos are top notch. Really nice. But yeah, you can go on Graham Steffens' video, his recent video, or most of his videos, I think. And down on Webull, you get a free stock, and you get 2 other free stocks if you invest £100. So go and do that. But I don't personally use it because I don't like the interface. It confuses the hell out of me, and it's a bit scary. Trust me. If you download the app, you'll understand what I mean. If you're new to it, yeah. I personally say go to Trading 212. It's a pretty good one. Another one as well I saw. Oh, what was it? I completely forgot. But we've got so many different ones that we can use. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do and where you want to take it and everything else really. So if you trust it, if you like it, if you like the interface, it really matters what you like, then go with that. But just be careful with your money and be careful how much you invest. Personally, I now have £300 invested into Trading 212. So far, I'm £40 down. That isn't that much. I've only lost that money if I've taken it out. But the risk, like I said, is still there. If you leave it in there, it's going to just decrease more, meaning you're going to lose even more money and put yourself into more debt. So it's really a risk. And if you see the market going lower, maybe just take the loss and take a little bit of money that goes lost. But it could also go up. For instance, Tesla. Annoying story, I invested into Tesla recently. And then whilst I was waiting for it to work, because obviously they're in America, I'm in the UK. So their stock market was closed. As I invested, I had to wait until the stock market opened. Then I got an email saying that Tesla went up by 10% to its highest ever. And then they cancelled my investment. I don't know why. So I had to reinvest again. We're now paying more money for the stock. And then it went down. And then it went up again by 10%. So, I did lose a chance of getting 20% extra of what I got, which is only about £4. But things happen. Everything's a risk. Try it out, and it's a good way to put your money in the stock market. Sometimes you can also get someone else to do it for you, if they know what they're doing, of course. So, try it out. Now, there are 2 more. This one is a physical investment. What I mean by physical investment is if you're a collector, let's say a collector of coins, collector of cars, vintage things, which personally, when it comes to motorbikes, that's what I want to be. I want to do that in the future. I love motorbikes. Love it. Personally, I ride a Brixton SK8. Yes, a Chinese model. Made a mistake of getting a Chinese model. Don't do that personally. They're not all bad, but if you can get a second-hand Honda or Yamaha, or all the brands that you can trust, Kawasaki, go for them. I swear, go for them. You will have less issues, but trust the guy who's selling it, because sometimes you can get some really weird people. But yeah, so physical investments would be vehicles. Now you could buy a car, you could buy a motorbike, and it could be an investment. It could increase. My girlfriend's dad, he's bought a Triumph Tiger 1050, I believe that's the one, and that is only going up in price because obviously there's less of them. So yeah, vehicles. It could also be real estate, which is one I want to get into. Real estate. Right now, me and my girlfriend are looking at a apartment flat for 50 grand. Now it seems like a big bit of money, but you can put a 10% deposit, so 5 grand, which is still a lot of money. But we're going to do it together. We're thinking about it anyway. Put a 5 grand deposit on, and then we're going to possibly rent it out. So we put 5 grand deposit on, then we have to pay £200 a month to keep it up. We could then go out and rent it out for about £450 to £400 a month because of how good the place is. It's kind of just like that. Real estate can happen in so many ways. Robert Kiyosaki, that's who I learned that from. Rich Dad Poor Dad, get the book, not sponsored. Get it, it's good. I shall put a link down below. Rich Dad Poor Dad, good book. But yeah, and then the other one could be collectors, so collections and that kind of stuff. So yeah, have a look at it and see what you can do. Physical investments. Now, last but not least, this is the most important one in my personal opinion, and it's to invest your time. This could be with anything. Personally, the one I use the most, invest your time into yourself. You are your greatest asset. The bigger this is, and not bigger as being physically bigger, but the more you know, the more you can offer, the more of an asset you become. And that sounds mean, but in the world, civilization, the greater asset you are, the greater you are to success, or the greater you are to succeed at least. So the more you know, the more you could possibly earn as well. Now, don't just be a dick and get to the point where you earn loads of money and you can start treating everyone else who's lower than you like a piece of shit. That's not nice. Don't do that kind of crap. I hate those kind of people. Don't do that. No matter what happens in your future, don't start being a dick and start treating other people like shit just because they're lowering you and they didn't decide to do what you did. No, don't do it. And that's not me being mean to you either. I'm trying to stop you from being a dick. Okay? The amount of people that I see who become successful and it becomes an absolute cockhead afterwards, it's too many people to count. Okay? Don't become a knob. Do more for charity as well if you really want to. I plan to do more for charity. Give back to the people who potentially made you successful in the first place. It's a nice thing to do. Now, investing your time. This could be in, how much have I got? I've got 5 ways. Okay, this could be into your business. Now, if you're not earning much now, invest your time. It will pay off eventually. Okay, another one could be go to work, have a job. I recommend this for every single one of these anyway. Have a job first before you start investing money. You've got to have money coming from somewhere. Have a job. I personally work at Tesco. I do a few videos as well for my fitness side of the business in my Tesco clothes, which I shouldn't do, but I do. So it's kind of just, showing that I don't mind where I came from. Everything's going to work out eventually. Get a job. Try and get a job. I know it's very difficult, but try and get whatever you can that gives you a bit of money every month, and then start investing and making smart decisions for the future. Now, you could also have a hobby. Invest your time into a hobby. This could become your main income source. For instance, Matt Devella. If you don't know him, search him up on YouTube. Matt Devella. He is basically a photographer and he's also a filmmaker. I think he's more of a filmmaker than a photographer, sorry, but I think he dabbles with both. And he started it as a hobby, and then he kind of jumped straight into it, and now he's earning money from it, especially from YouTube as well. He's earning money from that. It's a good one. Graham Steffens as well does the same thing. Hobby, YouTube, Now, you could also do learn and grow. So again, what I meant by this is that you can learn things. Let's say you want to learn about stock market, you want to learn about investments, you want to learn about a certain skill or business or something, and you grow from that. You're learning things. You become a better asset in the eyes of society. You'll be able to scale through the ranks. Personally, I choose books over anything. I used to hate reading, but now I'm a huge book nerd with certain, in terms of to boost my person higher. I like those kind of books. Like Rich Dad Poor Dad, for instance, in the comment below. And now the final one, YouTube. You could use YouTube. You could put your time and your energy into YouTube as a side thing. Now, this isn't necessarily what I'm trying to do. I started YouTube before in the mindset that I wanted to earn money from it, but now it's more of a hobby that I want to start doing. So I want to get, this is more for me as well than you guys, but I want to get everything that I'm learning, put it into a video format in case I need to come back and remind myself of what I'm doing. So YouTube could be a good one as well. You can earn a lot of money. If you want to do YouTube, you can earn a lot of money from it. Personally, mine again is more of a self-improvement, self-focused one, but yours can be anything. Yes, I've still got the coffee, it's gone cold. But that is it. So this is everything that I've learned so far about investing and about investments in general. You could do any one of these. Any one, I'll put them all here. You could do any one of them. Choose any one that you want. Just make sure that it's something that you want to do, because you are going to be in it for most likely the long term. So don't do something if you have regrets afterwards. I have money coming in and I have money going out. And most of the money that goes out goes into savings. I now have £300 going into 2 saving accounts. Stocks and shares ISA, the adventurous one, and my Halifax account. Okay, you can choose any one you want. Money also goes into my stock market, my Trading 212. So right now I have 300 in there. I have 400 in my Halifax, soon to be 600 in about a few days when it naturally comes out. And I have about 100, well, will soon be 100 in my money box account as well. So money is still there. You just can't see it, and it's growing underneath you, underneath your nose, just before your eyes. The more money you put in, the more money you get out. Just like the more time and more energy you put into what you want, the more will come out. Do what you think is necessary. Don't be stupid and spend all your money on shit you don't need. The amount of people who are now successful will tell you that. They've probably done that in the past, which made them do what they're doing now. Don't be stupid with your money. I've been stupid. I bought a camera that I didn't even need. It was £100, but you know when you start a job for the first time, you start earning loads of money. You're like, oh, I have my own money now, so you're going to spend it on things you don't need. It's completely normal. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just know when to stop and know when to start investing. You can spend money with whatever you want, as long as that money's in that saving account first. Spend it on yourself first and then put it into other things. So first off, spend it on yourself, meaning invest your money first. Spend it on yourself. Then pay for the bills, pay for whatever else you need to do. Okay? Have a good day. It's been your normal Mark. I have a few businesses. I'm not going to say all of them, but I have a few businesses. I have a few more coming as well. Next video will be about the stock market, something new I learned. So have a good day, and I'll see you later.